Hi guys, how's it going? So I've actually done a little bit of a rescape with my tank. Not so much a rescape, just more of a plant addition, you could say. It's a little bit of a rescape, but nothing too major from the last scape. So basically I didn't think there was really enough hygrophila polysperma in the back. Basically not as much as I'd like that it would fill out the tank nicely and sort of stop the algae growth. So what I've done is actually added a few more stems. There's probably about 3 rows now after the 1 or 2 rows that I had. So some of them are still a bit short, so I just planted them at the bottom there. You can see my neons are going crazy. Yeah, I've got that, and I've got my hygrophila. I already talked about that. I've got my Ludwigia, that's what it's called. Ludwigia at the front here, just some short little stems. And my Java moss trees, and on this side I've got a few shoots of Anubias. The crypt there, it's looking a little bit brown, but hopefully that'll sort of start growing soon. And I've got this plant that I couldn't really identify last time, so if anyone knows what this plant could be, it's got sort of very jagged leaves, a very tall, thin stem with sort of spaced leaves. So if anyone knows what that would be great. I actually started off with some empty stems of that. It didn't actually have any leaves, it was just a few stems with roots. And it's actually grown out really well, so I'm guessing it does quite well with CO2 and highlighting. Apart from that, I've still got my Solarolia, I think it's called. The outdoor ground cover that I didn't really expect to grow, but I wanted to give it a go anyway. It's not doing too bad, but it's starting to grow a little bit of algae and the roots are starting to go a bit yellow, so I'm not sure how that's going to end up, but it was a good experiment either way. But basically what I did with the rest of the scape was I used these little pebbles or rocks here and made 2 little mounds. Then I sort of dug out a sort of path that goes all the way back to the filter over there, and I've actually placed the filter a little bit higher than usual. Just so it picks up all the debris and stuff like that. And I actually placed my driftwood over the top from one side of this sort of path to the other. I actually had to prop it up a little bit with a rock, you can see at the back there, because it wasn't staying. Actually, it's my pleco. There's a rock behind that pleco, but yeah, so I actually removed quite a bit of blackbeard algae as well from the driftwood. It's actually quite easy to get rid of the driftwood. You just sort of scrape it with your nail. You can see the neons are loving this. I think they actually might be starting to breed, which I'm actually looking forward to doing if I can get my hands on some either distilled water or rainwater or some soft type of water that I can use in the separate breeding tank, because as you can see it looks like they're sort of getting into it, so hopefully things will work out. So there's not too much else I can tell you about the tank. It's looking pretty much the same as it used to. Still got all the same fish. I'm actually thinking about getting either a male or female Siamese fighting fish. I'm not sure how well the males would do with the guppies I have in here, since they look quite similar to that of a male fighting fish, so I think I'm probably leaning towards 1 or 2 females to add to the tank, just to sort of give it a bit of a centerpiece look, because all the fish I have in here are pretty much schooling fish, apart from the guppies, I guess. But yeah, that would be good to do, so we'll see how things go. One thing I wanted to mention about the hygrophila which I planted, that it's actually quite frustrating to plant after you've had it out of the tank for a while, because it actually starts to grow quite twisted, or even if you do have it in the tank and it's not sort of directly above the light, it'll start growing in a different direction. So if we look at this piece here, this stem, I actually found it floating this morning, so I had to replant it. But as you can see, it's grown all sort of twisted, whereas these ones that have been in the tank for probably about 18 hours or so now have already started facing the top, and you can see the little shoots at the top as well, which is really good. So hopefully that'll all start growing up nicely, and yeah, we'll see how things go. Hopefully I'll be able to breed my neons again. I did attempt it a little while back, but I think I just wasn't really ready for it, and I think they weren't really ready for it either. And I don't think I really had the right equipment for it, so we'll see how things go. And thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.